this is an exciting time. I got into this race because I believe that the people of the 15th Congressional District of New York had been cut off from the democratic process. I believe that the people of this district have not had the opportunity to vote for a credible candidate to have congressional representation in a very long time. Not just because Congressman Rangel has been there for 40 years, but because through this political machinery, the vote has been suppressed. People have been led to believe that their vote doesn't count, and when people believe that their vote doesn't count, they don't vote. And when they don't vote, guess what? They don't count. And that process of healing and restoration needs to occur. I could not stand idly by anymore and let another generation go by on my watch where people were cut off from democracy. People have asked me, they say, well, what are you going to do? The first thing I'm going to do is touch people and tell people, you count, you matter, your vote counts. Democracy works, and it works when you are engaged. It doesn't work when people aren't engaged. It doesn't work when people feel like they don't count and they're insignificant. This seat, the 15th congressional seat, does not belong to Charlie Rangel. It belongs to the people of New York. It belongs to the people. The government does not belong to those people in Washington that think somehow by edict they have inherited some position. They are elected to serve us, the people. We the people. I am running to restore hope in democracy and the American dream. I want to see taxes lowered. Why? Because we don't spend it wisely. We don't spend what we tax wisely. We don't have accountability on our taxation process, and therefore we are left out. We have taxation without representation. We need to lower our tax base, and we need to hold the government accountable for what they do collect and how they spend it, because guess what? It's our money. We need jobs in this area. Now, I like government. Government's nice. But the purpose of the government is to preserve, protect, and defend, not to interfere and be the chief business operator and owner. The reason that we're having this, here tonight is because one, it's a couple blocks from my house, but two, it's a business that I frequent. This is my favorite coffee shop. It's a neighborhood coffee shop. And I sat and talked with the owner, and I knew exactly where we needed to be, because it's these kind of businesses that are the lifeblood of the economy of America and of New York. And it just so happens that the owner is an immigrant. Now, I'm a fan of immigrants. I married an immigrant. But 60% of New Yorkers are immigrants. And the rest are children of immigrants. This city has been built on the fuel and the enthusiasm of those who will work hard and stay up late and do whatever it takes to make it in business. That's the American way. That's the American system. That's the American dream. And it is being robbed from this generation if people don't have access to it through democracy. We want to see schools, better schools, school choice. And school choice, the best opportunity for school choice right now are charter schools. It's the best public-private partnership we have. It will, and what it does is it keeps the unions at bay and it lets the teachers teach. That's what it does. Now, there are a lot of people in the educational reform business. Most of them right now are Democrats, believe it or not. So that's not a fight we have to charge up the hill. We simply have to say, you know what, we agree. There are so many people in this community right now, so many parents of school children that want their children in a good school, and there are not enough good public schools to go around, and so charter schools fill that void. We want to assist that. We want to make sure that every parent has access, every child has access to a quality education. You know, the debate on health care, and I experienced a metamorphosis myself in terms of my health experience. I guess it was about 1.5 years ago, I was diagnosed as pre-diabetic, and I had private insurance, and my doctor didn't know what, it wasn't until I had some problems with my feet that I went to a podiatrist, and he said, hey, I guess it was almost 2 years ago, it was about 2 years ago now, did you know that you were pre-diabetic? And at that point, I had to make a decision. It was a life decision I had to make. I lost 60 pounds and started running and completed a marathon in November. Now, I'm not saying everybody has to do that, but it was a life choice, and I had options. What about those people who don't have those options and don't have those choices? What about people, you see, this whole healthcare debate is around who's going to pay for it and how much control the government is going to have over your medical treatment. It's really not about having a conversation about health. It's having a conversation about money. And again, it's another way for the government to get in our pocket and control our money.
That's right.
Finally, I guess you could probably tell I believe in smaller government. And let me tell you why. It's not just because our liberties are being infringed upon, which they are, but when you have so much government control, bureaucrats don't know how to run a business. That's why they're bureaucrats. Bureaucrats haven't built anything, they haven't done anything. I mean, they can run a system. Now, I'm all for citizen legislature, or people that go into government for a season and do their service and then come out. But those people who make a living, a career of pushing papers and controlling other people's money are not the people that I want in control of big businesses. You know, one of the most shocking statistics that I heard recently was the fact that government workers now earn more than people in the private sector. Friends, I'm telling you, this train is going fast in the wrong direction.
Yes, that's right.
Now, we can change that. We can change that. It's time. You're here. I know that you are true believers because you are gathered here tonight. We can change that. There has not been a race run against Charles Rangel in 40 years like the race that we're running, like the race that you're part of right now. You are part of history right now.
Amen.
You know, people said Scott Brown this and Scott Brown that. You know, I'm proud of Scott Brown, and I'm excited about what happened in Massachusetts. But this is Harlem. This is Northern Manhattan. This is our race. And we want to win it simply because we care about the people and the values here in this community. People care. I walk around and go to Whole Foods and all the places in these communities, and I'm telling people that I'm running, and people are excited. People are very excited. You know why? It's a fresh face. It's a new voice. It's somebody that cares. It's somebody that cares for them. And the things that I'm talking about, you know, they don't really even care what party. They just want to know that they are going to be represented because they're not stupid. They're Americans. They're not stupid. People say, well, why do people vote overwhelmingly for this or for that or for this party or that party? Guess what? We haven't had a choice up to now, but guess what? We've got a choice now, and you're part of making that choice happen. Thank you for being here. God bless you.